Okay, my name is Peter Sieve,
And I'm Taylor Baldry.
and we're here to present some information to you about fictitious metallurgy. As you might know, there's a lot of fictional metals and elements in comic books, sci-fi, movies, TV,
Yep.
and there's just lots and lots and lots of these. But we don't have that much time, so we're just going to jump right in and get into a few of them that we want to focus on today.
But before we begin, you're probably wondering what's our background.
That's a good idea. Well,
Excuse me.
yeah, that's okay, Taylor. We'll edit that out. We read a lot of books together. We went through Lord of the Rings series, Game of Thrones.
Yep. We read all the X-Men novels.
Yep. Appendices from various Tolkien books.
We read the letters from C.S. Lewis to J.R. Tolkien.
Yeah, they wrote letters back and forth, and we learned we learned mostly that they were just both racists.
That's right.
We also watched a lot of movies together.
We clocked about 23 and a half hours watching all of the Lord of the Rings films, including all the extras, special features.
We're just going to jump right in then and get started with our first metal of the presentation, and it's called mithril. And mithril was a really important metal in the world of J.R.R. Tolkien and Middle-earth, found in the mines of Moria. It was the only place you could find it, and the dwarves discovered it, and they've mined for it exclusively. And what happened was mithril became so sought after, prized, that the dwarves delved ever deeper until
How deep?
well, they delved so deep that they awoke a fearsome creature that we know as Balrogs. A Balrog of Morgoth was just a frightening hell demon that just terrorized the mines of Moria, which in Dwarvish is called Khazad-dûm.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. The most famous example of mithril in Middle-earth is probably the mithril coat that Frodo wore on his journey to destroy the One Ring.
The crew neck.
Yeah, it's more of a crew, not so much a V. But he was given this by he was given this T-shirt by was given to him from Bilbo Baggins, which Gandalf had talked about. This shirt being worth more than the Shire itself. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. It's a vintage shirt, and the Shires, they're really poor. Seems like a shirt is worth an entire community.
The real estate market must just be in the tank.
I mean, but like, can you imagine that? Like, someone's metal T-shirt is worth more than like
A town.
yeah, like a small like this is all the hobbits together. Like, as far as I know, in the Middle Earth, like they all live in the Shire. Like an entire race of people. Mind-boggling. It's ridiculous.
So, qualities of mithril, we'll just sum it up. It's light and hard. It's beautiful, doesn't tarnish like silver, and it's highly, highly valuable. But that's also a con. It's real spendy, and a woke Balrog.
So changing universes here. Changing gears. We're going to talk a little bit about adamantium, which was made famous in the Marvel Universe. Most notably, it is what you'll probably know. It's probably what you'll know. Most notably, you'll know this metal because Wolverine, his entire skeleton is coated with a thin layer of adamantium, which is really...
It's coated or made out of? I'm not clear on that point.
It's coated in a thin sheath of adamantium, which basically makes him invincible. So he has claws, bone claws are covered in adamantium, which allows him to like cut through and shred through things. He can break through drywall, jump through it, and he is just kind of like unstoppable because he also has a healing factor, and this healing factor allowed the whole process of the adamantium to bind to a skeleton in the first place, because if he didn't have this superhuman healing factor, probably would have died. So adamantium, it's really strong. It can withstand nuclear blast. It's very versatile. You can melt down adamantium and also claws. Claws. Downsides of adamantium, it's astronomically expensive. It's very rare. The original formula was lost, and also it's susceptible to magnetism. At one point, Magneto, he spoiler alert, he tore Wolverine's skeleton from his body, his metal skeleton.
So now we're going to talk about something called Valyrian steel, and this is a metal that is featured prominently in the world of Game of Thrones, which you may know from the TV show. Valyrian steel was created originally in Valyria, which is a lost utopian city that existed thousands of years previously, and they knew how to make this incredible metal.
What happened to it?
Well, I'll tell you. Just let me. You let me?
Yes.
Okay. So, Valyrian steel was made by the Valyrians. This whole city got engulfed in a apocalyptic event that is known as the Doom of Valyria, and it wiped out the whole place, and along with it, most of its history and most of its secrets. Nobody really knows what this doom was.
I think some scholars think it might have been a syphilis outbreak.
Was that the Maesters?
Yeah, Maesters. They did some research. They did a little research study funded by Old Town.
Huh. Syphilis or not, we've got some great swords of note made from Valyrian steel. Ice at the top. This is the ancestral longsword of the Stark family. And ice was...
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Unfortunately used to kill Eddard Stark, the patriarch of the family. Down the list there we have Longclaw. Again, just absolutely distinguishable in fine detail.
They're all very, very unique.
So the qualities of Valyrian steel, they're made, the swords are made with spells and magic. They're light and strong and sharp. Each one is a really important heirloom. And little known fact, maybe for some, they can kill others, which, spoiler alert, are also called White Walkers.
So switching gears once again, we're going to talk a little bit about T-1000. T-1000 was the nemesis in the film Terminator 2 Judgment Day. It's probably most well known from that series. T-1000, as played by Robert Patrick, was Arnold Schwarzenegger's character's nemesis throughout the film. Little known fact, T-1000 was originally set to be played by Billy Idol, but he got in a motorcycle accident and died. And so the T-1000 is essentially a perfect infiltrator. It can turn into any shape and it can mimic any voice that it comes in contact with. And it just changes into different things, which makes it the perfect killing machine and can change a lot. T-1000, he's susceptible to temperature changes. Like if he starts on fire, like in the film, he'll like get really liquidy, and once he cools off, he'll go back into Robert Patrick form. If he gets really cold, he gets frozen by liquid nitrogen. That might affect him differently. In the film, spoiler alert, he gets frozen by liquid nitrogen. That causes him to glitch, which when he glitches, John Connor is able to notice that and distinguish him from Sarah Connor, his mom, and then they kill him. Some qualities: rapid damage recovery. He can change back to himself. He can rapid shape shifting. He's just very rapid. He can catch up to a police car if he's running really fast. Some downsides: he's weak against hot lava, kills him. Also, dogs hate Terminators in general.
Well, that's pretty much it for us. One question you might have that we would anticipate is, you might be asking, why is any of this important?
Mm-hmm.
I guess we could come up with some examples.
Thank you.
Thank you.